Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day, my oh my, it is Thursday, 9th day of March, 2023. I am Dan Kuntz. Thanks for starting your day with us. As you can see, it's overcast again. It's cool again. A lot of the higher elevations in and around north central Washington got some snow. About an inch of snow up by Pangborn Memorial Airport. Wenatchee Heights got some snow. One of our coworkers, he lives up Wenatchee Heights. When he got into the office this morning, I'm not going to mention his name because I told Austin I wouldn't. He had a pretty good dose of snow on his car. And here we are, the 9th day of March, in this cool, unsettled weather. There really doesn't seem to be any end in sight. We only got to 40 degrees. We did have a little bit of snow in the Wenatchee Valley yesterday. Didn't stick around. It's gone now. And then we had some rain as well. And this is going to continue. And the extended forecast for next week calls for cool and cloudy weather with intermittent precipitation. Sorry, that's just what it is. Forecast details are coming up. That's okay, because for a lot of folks this weekend, they're going to be heading to the KPQ Home Expo, and that's indoors. So, you stay out of the elements anyway. Details are on the way. We got news, a lot of news. Sports. Cougars advance in the Pac-12 tournament. The Husky men do not, and they're probably not going postseason dancing. There's 3 postseason tournaments, of course. There's the big dance, the NCAA tournament, and there's the NIT, and then there's like another one. They're not going to any of those, I don't think. Highlights, if you will. Kraken going to see if they can extend their winning streak. So we do have some sports for you as well. And the Mariners and the Dodgers played a game that doesn't count, so it was a tie. They kissed their sisters. We'll have that too when we get to sports. Thursday, Paws for Pets. Rosie the cat needs a permanent home. We'll visit with our friends at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Yesterday was Winning Wednesday, and if you've been paying attention at all, you know that Winning Wednesday this week and next week is family 4-packs to see Paw Patrol live at the Town Toyota Center. These tickets are for March 22nd. We went down with our cameras yesterday to the original Children's Shop, which is the sign-up location, and we drew 2 names out of the hat. We taped that. We'll play that for you too, so if you're wondering if you won or not, stay close to that. And coming up Friday night, tomorrow night in downtown Wenatchee, they'll close off one block of a rondo, and Rails and Ales gets going. It's back. It's a little bit later on in the year than normal, but Ashley Sinner for the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce will explain why it's later than normal and all the shenanigans that will be going on downtown tomorrow night. Ashley in the back half of the program, 3 minutes after the hour, 32 degrees. Our tour begins now. For a lot of people, their favorite part of the show. And there is the Wenatchee Heights camera, pretty much the same angle we showed you yesterday. Clouds are a little denser and a little lower to the planet than they were yesterday at this time. In fact, you can't really make out Birch Mountain at all, and you could yesterday. So the clouds are thick and they're hanging around, and they're going to hang around all day today, and we're not going to be anywhere near our 50-degree normal high. In fact, we only hit 40 yesterday, so 15 out of the last 16 days, our daily high temperature has been below normal, and that pattern is not going to change. Speaking of snow, check out this shot. That's the monitor camera. That's up there a ways, granted, elevation-wise, but that's one of the support towers that holds up the PTZ camera. It looks like a Sky-Fi tech was climbing the tower and froze. That's actually like a repeater or something, but that's the actual support tower coated in snow up on top of the monitor camera between Monitor and Wenatchee. Let's do the Afraida camera. We haven't done this one in a long time because it was on the fritz. It's working again. And as you can see, Afraida has power. That's a beautiful thing. Somewhere down there is Afraida. That fog looks pretty dense out in the Columbia Basin, so obviously visibility might be a bit of an issue. Could be a snowy commute in some locations. We'll touch on that in just a minute. And finally, to Lake Wenatchee. Speaking of snow, they got a few inches of snow yesterday. Look at the trees. We used this camera yesterday, and the trees that you see at the bottom of your screen did not have snow on them. Now they do. So another dose of snow for the Lake Wenatchee area. Lake Wenatchee's out there. You can barely make out Kaler Glen. So as you can see, as compared to 24 hours ago, not a lot to see on this Thursday morning. Now, for some folks in our viewing area, you could be in for a pretty snowy commute, especially up on the Waterville Plateau. They got some snow up there. And there's also some snow out in the Columbia Basin and to the north of us. In fact, it's snowing as we speak in Omak. So there you go. So there are some, we're okay here in the Wenatchee Valley, but you don't have to go too high up in elevation. If you're heading up Badger Road to Waterville or up the Pine Canyon, you're going to find some slick spots there. So watch out. Just, they can sneak right up on you. So Just want to let you know, in some locations in our viewing area, you can find some snow on the roadway. And as far as the forecast of snow for today, specifically overnight through the rest of the day today, we could still get a little bit of snow. As you can see, the pass is going to get a couple of inches. The Columbia Basin has a better chance of some snow than we do here in the Wenatchee Valley. That doesn't happen particularly often. So you could be cruising right along and all of a sudden, boom, snow. So it's just a possibility. And here we are, the 9th day of March. Now, it's not out of the question. It's happened before, of course. On many winters, we get snow in March. Last year, we had snow in April. But, yeah, can't seem to bust out of this pattern. And by the way, over the weekend, look for some pretty heavy snow in the mountain passes. Let's take it closer to home from the National Weather Service. Here is your forecast. Again, our normal high temperature is 50. Not going to happen today. Some rain in the morning, a rain-snow mix off and on today. About a 30% chance of precipitation. That chance of precipitation goes up to 80% tonight. We are going to have some stuff coming out of the sky. Snow level during the day today, 1,400 feet. Tonight, it drops down to 800 feet, and that is us. So a high of 38, a low of 32, and we have a pretty good chance of getting going on Friday morning with about an inch of snow on the ground here in Wenatchee. It should be done by 7:30 or 8 o'clock on Friday morning. The snow level will start out at 600 feet at sunrise on Friday. It'll eventually go up to 1,500 feet by Friday afternoon. And again, not warm, high of only 43. Saturday is looking good. That's the one window of pretty decent weather in the forecast. But look, only 41. That's about 10 degrees below normal, but at least we'll have some sunshine. And then system number 2 comes in. On Sunday, the chance of rain increases. The snow in the upper elevations, high of 41, a little bit warmer, with again a good chance of rain on Monday and a high of 46. Rain snow mix possible overnight Monday, Tuesday about 46, Wednesday about 46, and as we get deeper and deeper into March, with our normal high temperature supposed to be 50 now, by the time we get to the early part of next week, the normal high temperature is supposed to be about 52 or 53. Not gonna happen. Cool, unsettled weather for the foreseeable future, with the exception of Saturday. That's your forecast. It's 7 minutes after the hour. Going to take a break, and then we'll have your headlines for you. You're watching the Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
All paws on deck with Ryder and the crew as they set sail in an all-new live stage show. Paw Patrol Live, the Great Pirate Adventure. X marks the spot in this exciting, action-packed live show full of singing, dancing, and patrolling the high seas. For more information on how to join the heroic pups, you can go to PawPatrolLive.com.
Playing Town Toyota Center March 21st and 22nd. For tickets, visit PawPatrolLive.com.
At Prestige Senior Living, we celebrate life at every age. From our cognitive and fall reduction programs to our focus on life enrichment and wellness, we help our residents maintain independence while nurturing mind, body, and spirit. Residents also enjoy a wide variety of amenities and services, including restaurant quality dining, housekeeping, a full calendar of events, and so much more. To learn more or to schedule a tour, visit us at prestigecare.com or call the number on your screen. We can't wait to show you around.
30 degrees now in downtown Wenatchee. As you can see, it's cloudy, it's foggy. It's going to stay that way all day today. Some intermittent rain, snow, a distinct possibility early Friday morning. Basically cloudy, cool, and wet, more like mid-February than mid-March. It's 9 minutes after the hour. The Douglas County Prosecuting Attorney's Office has been fined $2,500 in sanctions to a defense attorney. They apparently failed to turn over evidence in a sexual abuse case. Michael J. Berggren is charged with 4 counts of child rape and molestation based on disclosures that came to light last year through text and Instagram messages. His attorney, Brandon Riedal, has asked multiple times beginning back in June for the messages that were collected by the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, but that data was never provided. Yesterday, Judge Brian Huber agreed that the failure to disclose evidence violated court procedures, awarded $2,500 to Riedal's office, and ordered the messages to be turned over in the next 2 weeks. However, he did not suppress the evidence. in Berggren's possible trial. Prosecuting attorney Gordon Edgar told us yesterday that the messages should have been disclosed and said, quote, "If there was a failure in the system, I want to find out where that's at and fix it," end quote. For the first time in years, Pacific Appraisal Associates reports that the median sales price of a home in the Wenatchee market in February of this year went down compared to February of last year. Last month, the median sales price of a home in our area, $437,500. That's down 4%. It was $456,500 in February of last year. Another indicator of a cooling housing market is active listings. Last month, there were 114 of them. That's up 143% compared to February of last year, when there were 47 active listings. Total home sales also down 7%. 39 homes were sold in the month of February. 42 were sold in February of last year. The Wenatchee market consists of Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, Malaga, Orondo, and Rock Island. A bill sponsored by 13th District State Representative Tom Dent passed the House last week. It's aimed at preventing utilities from becoming the cause of wildfires. Under House Bill 1032, the Department of Natural Resources would advise electricity providers on how to craft their wildfire safety and mitigation plans. The bill passed the House 96-0 and now heads to the state Senate.
If you think back 2 or 3 years ago when they had that big wildfire down there in Paradise, California, well, this is what we're trying to prevent. So we have these power lines, these utility companies that run these power lines out through wildfire-prone areas. Well, this bill is going to require them to put together a wildfire mitigation plan, you know, and let's determine what we can do to prevent that kind of a fire. And if we do have a problem, how we can get the power off and set the vegetation management up so it works. So basically, it's just about preventing a catastrophic wildfire.
Speaking of wildfires, state legislatures have advanced a bill proposed by Public Lands Commissioner Hillary Franz, which builds up projects to avoid and adapt to devastating wildfires. The Cascading Impacts of Wildfire bill passed the House on Monday. Among other steps, it bulks up funding for the Wildfire Ready Neighbors program and expands it from eastern to western Washington. Franz, and legislation sponsored by Representative Joel Kretz, says the west side of the state is likely to become a new battlefield as the changing climate dries out the landscape.
Wildfire touches every single person in Washington state. And unfortunately, the wildfire risk is growing. We're going to see more fires, and we're going to see them more frequently throughout the state. We're also going to see them more closer to population centers. We believe that we can take steps needed to protect homes, protect lives, build community resilience, and lessen the impacts of wildfires before the fires even start. That's why it's critical that House Bill 1578 gets passed. The bill asks for $12.8 million over the next biennium so DNR can help Washingtonians prepare before the fire even strikes. So we can do everything possible to safeguard the people during fires and support communities and families as they recover from wildfires. House Bill 1578 will help us build community resilience to wildfires quickly and throughout the state, but it has a particular focus on those communities, especially those in the wildland-urban interface, who face unique risks during and after wildfire events. It details my agency's plan to address wildfire smoke risks and impacts, further support communities, and address post-wildfire risks, including landslides.
I can tell you the impacts we've seen over the years from increased fire, sometimes 6, 8, 10 weeks of incredible smoke. Where you can't see a quarter mile. I can tell you my lungs have never been the same after a few of those summers, day after day, in heavy smoke. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, and you know, we've seen more on the west side, and I'm actually really concerned about the west side in the future. A dry summer, the amount of fuels that we see in those forests, the height, I'm afraid we're going to see fires on the west side that are more than anything we've seen even on the east side over the last decade.
The Washington State Apple Blossom Festival's junior royalty was announced yesterday. The queen is Everly Vertrees. She goes to Washington Elementary School, and her two princesses, Avatika Chakravarti, also of Washington Elementary School, and Xiomara Sanchez Esquivel of John Newberry. Elementary School. All fifth grade girls in the Wenatchee and Eastmont school districts are eligible to apply for junior royalty. They are selected to a group of finalists based on essays they submit, and then the winners are selected after the finalists meet and write one final essay on a different topic. The junior royalty will take part in the apple blossom traditions, like riding in the Kai's Fiber Dolco Youth Parade and carrying the banner at the Smoke Growers Grand Parade. Congratulations to those three young ladies. And finally, Wenatchee High School senior sang the national anthem at the state capitol yesterday. Her name is Violet Madsen. She's a soprano. She also won the Wenatchee Valley Orchestra's Young Musician Competition. She was invited by Senator Brad Hawkins. Her performance opened up a key voting day because yesterday was the cutoff for bills that originated in the Senate. Madsen is no stranger to performing the national anthem. As she says, she's been singing it at swim meets, another event since she was 5 years old. Madsen has been auditioning for collegiate musical programs on the East Coast and called the experience a really cool experience. Here's a little snippet.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
Thank you very much. That's pretty good. She can sing it better than I can. That's the news at 16 minutes after the hour. News will come your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 with Grant and the whole crew putting together the newscast. With the preview, here's Grant.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, we will bring you our weekly Pause for Pets feature with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Rain and snow are likely tonight and once again tomorrow morning. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom will have the latest on the Pac-12 men's basketball tournament with the Huskies and Cougars both in action. That and all the day's news stories coming your way tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Got a news tip? Reach out to us. That's how we find out about these things. Get a hold of us. We have a telephone. We have an email address. We have a Facebook page. We have a home page, and it's all listed right down there at the bottom of your screen. When we come back, Cougars advance, Huskies don't. Pac-12 men's basketball tournament in Las Vegas. We got highlights in 1 minute. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
It's the NCW Life Community Calendar, a presentation of Merry Maids. Tickets are on sale now for Music Theater of Wenatchee's annual Apple Blossom Musical. Shrek the Musical comes to the America Performing Arts Center May 3rd through May 13th. Evening performances are at 7:30 with matinees at 2 p.m. on May 7th and 13th. Tickets for Shrek the Musical range from $20 to $39 and can be had at the box office, by phone, or by visiting americapac.org.
18 minutes after the hour, the Cougars move on, Huskies don't. Pac-12 tournament in Las Vegas. The Huskies came close down the stretch, but they simply ran out of time against the Buffaloes in the first round of the Pac-12 tournament yesterday. Luke O'Brien's three-pointer with a minute to go spelled the end for the Huskies.
Luke O'Brien backing down Cole Badgema, spinning, stripped, and the Huskies come away with it.
Same thing I was talking about with Washington. Too many people down there.
Corin Johnson wills it up and in, which Tad Boyle pretty much detests playing. But more out of necessity is Corin Johnson darting in his tie to career high. Julian Hammond weaving his way in, gets Braxton Mee in the air, and Keon Menfield blocks the shot. Luke O'Brien the reverse, and the Buffs.
There it is, De Silva's got it again. See what happens? I'm telling you. Didn't go in, but good look for Clifford in the corner.
Open on the reload, and a three for Julian Hammond.
And it may come down to that, Jordan. It may come down to if Colorado can dig out extra possessions on the offensive board coming down the home stretch.
Julian Hammond again. They run the double team, force Keon Brooks to pick up the dribble. And ripped away by Tristan De Silva. Ethan Wright in transition.
It doesn't come back to haunt Colorado.
Bajema crashes in a block inside the restricted area. And one for Bajema, and we're tied. Tristan De Silva has it poked away, got it back. O'Brien launching. Three! Luke O'Brien. Got down by as many as 14 early, took a brief lead in the second half. And that'll be an air ball. That will do it. The Buffs will advance at the Pac-12 tournament. And the Huskies eliminated.
Husky coach Mike Hopkins, he says the blame is all mine. This has been a disappointing season, which was bad because we have talent.
You know, I take full responsibility for this season. I felt like we had a chance to really make some steps. We had a lot of new guys, and I just couldn't get them to where we need them to be. It was a new team, had a lot of young talent, putting them together. I had a difficult deal. Really disappointed for our fans, our alumni, our ex-players, the community of Seattle. It's not our standard, and there's no one more disappointed than me because I know the group that we have, we underperformed.
Washington finishes the season 16-16, but the Cougars use a tenacious defense. And they rolled over Cal 69-52. They now advance to the semifinals of the Pac-12 tournament.
That's how you do it. And definitely a monster improvement from last year to this year for Utah.
Mohamed Gay, the throwdown, and a great adjustment on the pass that was behind him. That was a big-time play by Mohamed Gay.
And do you have anything left for the final?
Jake Mullins takes it to the basket.
Cal picking up the tempo here a little bit, not content to walk it up, obviously down.
Jet Wilson challenges, and Quanti's like, hey man, I ran into a brick wall. Jake Mullins, three! Mullins, who's second in the Pac-12, 42% on his threes. Andre Yakumovsky ends the Cal run.
Yeah, needed that if you're Washington State.
TJ Bamba, three!
That should probably do it there. That pushes it back to 15. We're under 3.
Breaking the press, TJ Bamba attacks and glides in. That was smooth from TJ Bamba.
I thought he was going to turn that over. That would have been spectacular.
Take it all the way down, and the Cougars advance. Washington State, Oregon tomorrow. And mercifully for Cal, the season comes to an end.
TJ Bamba, the aforementioned TJ Bamba, led the Cougars. In fact, the Cougars had 5 players in double figures. We like that. After the game, Coach Kyle Smith said defense was the difference.
Cal, very physical team. They got a lot of length and athleticism there, and we did a good job defensively. Took care of the ball. We didn't shoot a great first half, but we were just kind of there. The game tightened up just a smidge. Got to 11 there, and our veterans kind of made good plays and kept that thing at a distance, and hopefully give ourselves a shot tomorrow. Brown played really well at our place, and he just came off a really good game at Oregon State, and he's hard to keep in front. And our bigs also helped a lot around the rim with Mo and Jack plugging up the lane on Brown. So I think that we slowed that down. And then we were pretty good on the scout. Rodman, the first play of the game, he blew it, but after that we were nails.
Cougars advance, take on Oregon in the quarterfinals. They'll do so today at 2:30 on the Pac-12 network. Sale Kraken back at home ice tonight. They got, who do they got? Oh, Ottawa. The Kraken trying to win their 6th straight game. Senators are 32-27-4. The Kraken 37-21-6. 7 o'clock is when they'll drop the puck, and you can watch it on Root Sports Northwest. Speaking of hockey, the Wenatchee Wild have their final 2 away games this weekend. They'll be at Merritt tomorrow night at 7 and at Salmon Arm Saturday at 6 o'clock. A weekend sweep would go a long way in the Wild's trying to catch Salmon Arm in the standings. They want to have home ice advantage in the playoffs. You got to finish 4th or higher to do that. The Wild head into the weekend with 51 points. That's 6th in the Interior Conference. Prince George is 5th. Salmon Arm is 4th. You can follow the action locally on KPQ. And finally, Logan Gilbert. He looked pretty good on the mound. The Mariners came away with a 2-2 tie with the Dodgers in spring training yesterday. Gilbert, 3 scoreless innings. He allowed 2 hits, struck out 2. Alberto Rodriguez flashed the leather in right field, and then had a big hit in the top of the 9th.
Logan Gilbert out of Stetson in Florida, in DeLand, Florida.
Swing and a miss by Taylor for strike 3. Strikeout number 1 for Logan Gilbert.
Comes the 3-2 again from Logan Gilbert. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Got him, 2 down. Good pitch. Second strikeout for Logan Gilbert.
In the air, shallow center. Kelnick will settle under it, and that takes care of the Dodgers in the bottom of the 3rd inning. On to the 4th at Camelback Ranch. We're going to get an opportunity if you can play. This one is slapped to right field, and that one is caught. Oh, what a catch by Rodriguez. Alberto Rodriguez just stayed with it, threw the glove up there, and the ball went in.
Here's the pitch to Rodriguez, swinging a drive deep into the gap in right center field, going, and this one is off the top of the wall. Rivas will score. Rodriguez at 3rd.
And now the umpires are having a conference. And hey, there it is! It's a home run!
It's a home run. It's gone. Oh my goodness! They call it a home run. It's a 2-run home run for Alberto Rodriguez, and the Mariners have the lead 2-1.
Seattle is back at home in Peoria today. They'll take on Team Canada. At 12:10, Marco Gonzalez, the former Apple Sock, will toe the rubber for the Mariners. And those are just some of the games people are playing at 26 minutes after the hour. For the obscure holiday, happy National Barbie Day. We'll get to that in just a little bit. It's National Meatball Day. It's National Get Over It Day. But sometime, somewhere, a long time ago, somebody said, what if we take this 10-legged creature, we cook it, and dip it in butter? Yeah, baby, it's National Crab Meat Day. Who doesn't love crab meat? Fun facts about crabs. There are 6,700 different kinds of crabs. That's a lot of crabs. Crabs have 10 legs, so they're called decapods because they have 10 legs. The world's largest crab is the Japanese spider crab, 13 feet across. That's pretty big. The smallest crabs are called pea crabs. They're about a half an inch big. That's it. That's all you got. And by the way, female crabs can lay 2,000 eggs at a time. For what it's worth. Crab legs, butter. Bring it on, baby. It's 27 minutes after the hour. Today in history. Historians still don't know why Pancho Villa did this, but he did it. He crossed the border, went to a tiny little town in Columbus, New Mexico, and, raided the town. They weren't real happy about that either. The reasons, again, for the raid have never been established with any certainty. He just did it. He only had about 500 raiders, and about 150 of them got killed, so many of his forces were decimated. Then we crossed the border and tried to chase him down, and we didn't. So anyway, Pancho Villa. What was he thinking? I don't know. Stepped back Mexican-United States relations for quite some time. That was 107 years ago today. On this date, 78 years ago today, the numbers are incredible. 279 B-29s drop 1,500 tons of napalm firebombs over Tokyo, and the numbers are staggering. 100,000 people died. It was the deadliest bombing raid of World War II, more than even Hiroshima or Nagasaki. Mostly women, children, and the elderly. 1 million were left homeless. 267,171 buildings were destroyed, and 16 square miles of Tokyo burned to the ground. That was March 9th, 1945, when they still didn't surrender for another 6 months. And I mentioned it's Barbie Day. Happy birthday, Barbie. She's 64 years old today. She's almost ready for Social Security. The Barbie doll made its debut at the American International Toy Fair in New York City. Mattel has sold over 1 billion Barbie dolls. It's the largest and most profitable line in the history of Mattel. And then starting in 2014, the sales of Barbie dolls just cratered, and now they're back up again. For whatever reasons, the popularity of Barbie went way down between 2010 to 2015, 2016, 2017. Now people are buying them again. Happy birthday, Barbie. 29 minutes after the hour. Birthdays. We could be living in the United States of Vespucci. We don't. We live in the United States of America, named after the guy who figured out, hey, this isn't an island, this is a continent. Amerigo Vespucci, the Italian cartographer, that means he made maps, and explorer who sailed across the Atlantic to South America and said, hey, we knew this was here, but this is a lot bigger than we thought. And eventually all the other map makers agreed. And so when they had to label this big landmass on the other side of the Atlantic, we'll just call it the Americas after Amerigo Vespucci. They could have called it Vespucci. That would have changed everything. He was born in the state in 1454. One of the greatest saxophonists in this country's history, Ornette Coleman, was born 93 years ago today. We lost him just a couple of years ago. The music of this guy's fantastic. He also played violin and trumpet. Mostly saxophone, great composer, free jazz. We miss him. Ornette Coleman, born in the state in 1930. The first human to journey into space, Yuri Gagarin, was born in the state in 1934, died in a plane crash, a plane he was piloting in 1968, made one orbit, landed, and was a national hero. Never went back up in space again. Yuri Gagarin, born in the state in 1934, and voted as the greatest American soccer player ever, Clint Dempsey, now retired, is 40 years old today. Still to come, an opinion from my Mad Dog McNaughty, my conversation with Ashley Sinner. The topic, Rails and Ales. It's back in downtown Wenatchee tomorrow night. It's a party. You'll have a good time. And also, we'll unveil the two winners of this week's Winning Wednesday. As we went down to the original children's shop yesterday, we'll draw those two names. You'll see that. First things first, it's Paws for Pets. Rosie the cat needs a home.
Hi everyone, my name is Haley and I'm with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and with me this week is Rosie and her brother Boo. Both of them have come back from foster care. They've been in foster care for about 4 months now. They were getting socialization as babies, and as you can see, Rosie is so sweet. Boo is still a little bit on the reserved, cautious side, but when you give him enough time, he does the same behaviors that Rosie does. He will roll over, purr real loud, be super sweet. Rosie's just a little bit more confident than Boo is, so will be displaying those behaviors a little bit faster. So, as you can see, Rosie here is very friendly, but I will say in a new environment, they will be pretty nervous. They both moved up into this room yesterday, and they were slightly panicked. They did hide in their little hidey hole right here, hid under a bed, but today they've decided to come out and socialize a little bit more. So it will take a little bit of time for them to be fully comfortable in your home environment. I would say with a confident cat, they'll probably come around a little bit faster. I don't know how they'll do with dogs or other animals, but I think they'll come around just fine with time and patience. If you're interested in seeing Rosie or Boo, you can come on down to our shelter. We're open every day except Wednesday. We're open 11 to 6 and we're closed 1:30 to 2:30 for quiet time.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And a lot of people were losing jobs. Friends had left the community. It was a hard time. That football team and companies like Abby's kept that place alive and the community spirit alive. That's legendary.
Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
I had a seizure in the middle of the night, and they rushed me to the hospital and decided to induce labor to try to get the baby out. The outpouring of love and support I got from Confluence Health. My coworkers coming to the ICU to be with me. For me, it's the work family. It's just incredible to have support no matter what I'm going through in my personal life, my own health.
It is Wednesday as we film this. It's Thursday as we air this. We're here at the Original Children's Shop in downtown Wenatchee for Winning Wednesday. First of 2 go-rounds. We'll be here again next Wednesday. Of course, the prize is a family 4-pack to see the big show at the Town Toyota Center. It is the... Show folks what that is.
It is the Paw Patrol Live at the Town Toyota Center, March 21st to the 22nd.
Yeah, introduce yourself to our TV family.
I'm Sam. I work here. I've been here since September, and I love it. My coworkers are great. We have amazing products, and I love Kelly. She's so amazing, and we would love if you came down and shopped. So,
you know, as being a former child myself, this place is kind of cool.
Yeah, I wish everything had my size. I'd wear it totally. So,
you ready to get a couple of winners? Again, we're going to get 2 winners today. They're going to be here next Wednesday to get 2 more winners. This is, each of these things is $106 value. Yeah. I kid you not. All right, go ahead and pull out one out. I'll just go ahead and read the name out loud. All right, the following person will win a family 4-pack to see Paw Patrol Live. And Diane, you are a winner, and that's Diane, not Diana. If Diana won, then we'd have all kinds of problems there because she's the account executive. And the second winner is Harkniff. Oh, I'm sorry, that's upside down. Dennis and Diane, congratulations. I'll be getting a hold of you. Enjoy Paw Patrol Live at the Town Toyota Center, and we'll be back here next Wednesday and do it again, all right?
Thank you.
Cool. And again, how do you feel about your boss?
I love her. Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right. And Wake Up Wenatchee Valley will be right back.
Are you caught in a conflict with a family member, in the workplace, or with a neighbor or business? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on topics like conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us at 509-888-0957 or www.wvdrc.org to learn more.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital. We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Is your recliner as comfortable as this? Does it have lumbar support? The new technology in power recliners is simply amazing.
Hi, can I help you?
Well, yes, I was just telling my friends.
Oh, about the great selection of recliners we have here at Boswell's? It's true. We have everything from pushback recliners to power recliners with all the latest features.
Boswell's Furniture on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I've seen a lot of social media posts, and I've heard people say, Jesus is the same today and yesterday and forever, and basically saying that Christianity doesn't change due to societal or cultural changes. In other words, for example, what some of these folks are really saying is that Jesus has never liked gay people, and he doesn't like them now. Well, I agree that Jesus is the same and doesn't change, but what needs to change is any of these churchy attitudes that denies that God's grace and reconciliation are available to everyone regardless of who they are, even if some current evangelical folks don't like some of them. This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
Oh, look at this.
This would look really good in the kitchen.
Or the living room. Just look at it.
New windows are a work of art. Upgrade your home's windows and get way more cash back. Now through March 31st.
This is gonna look great in the house.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Welcome back to the program. It's a little later in winter than it has normally been, but it is back and bigger and better than ever. Rails and Ales returns this Friday night to downtown Wenatchee. They literally close off a block of Orondo Street, and a bunch of people who are braver and maybe not as bright as me throw themselves down the side of a hill on their snowboard. It's Rails and Ales. It's back. And to talk about it is you're going to go Ashley Sinner. She's from the museum. She's not anymore. She works at the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce and Visit Wenatchee, the marketing arm that sells this area to outside folks through the chamber. Hi, Ashley.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. I'm great. How are you?
It's good to see you. Let's talk about Visit Wenatchee, because we were talking about this off microphone. You don't have to sell the Wenatchee Valley to people who live here, because we live here and we know. But to get people to come here and pay us a visit, one of the things that one of the events that you do is Rails and Nails. But a lot of people don't know about the marketing aspect of what the chamber does to sell us to outside folks.
So Visit Wenatchee is the destination management and marketing brand of the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce, and we promote tourism to the cities of Wenatchee and East Wenatchee.
So when people take day trips, do they plan them now? I mean, back in the old days, marketing meant you took a bunch of flyers and you stuck them in hotel rooms and in the lobby and at the airport and at the bus station. That's not the case anymore.
Well, there's a lot more digital marketing now. I think Wenatchee Valley, we all know why we love it here, right? It's beautiful, and we have 4 seasons, and there's just outdoor recreation and so much available here, and we have sunshine. And so I think that that's the draw here is it's not too far away to get away for a weekend into just a beautiful destination where you can ski in the wintertime or, paddleboard or do water sports in the summer, and you just can get away real quick, and then you have sun year round. Yeah.
So it's not that hard of a sell, but it's still a sell. You got to let folks know about us, right?
Yeah, we just want to share our values with people from outside the area, so that when they come here, they will care for this place just like we do.
And my guess is one of the biggest selling points, besides the natural beauty of the place and the cool people who live here like me, is that it's fairly cheap. I mean, a weekend trip here to the Wenatchee Valley, whether you want to go ski at Mission Ridge or or do the Columbia or play golf. And not a lot of people do golf junkets. They'll come down for 4 days and play the local golf courses. It's a pretty cheap little getaway, isn't it?
Right, and we are the heart of Washington. That's what our tagline is, because we're just central. So, anywhere in the state you can just get here fairly easily, and it's a quick trip and just really accessible.
And where's your dough come from? Where's the Visit Wenatchee budget come from?
It comes from the two main sources. It's lodging tax and the tourism promotion area. And so the lodging tax funds are when people do visit, then it just feeds back into the system. So the lodging tax they pay when they stay in a hotel then would be.
So the more people who come and stay here and heads and beds at local hotels, that feeds back into your budget.
Right, and there's more legislatively that money is used for, but a portion of it is used, for continuing to promote the area for a tourism destination.
And they're building hotels. They're building hotels left and right. We have the suites out in Old Station. We have the new one on North Wenatchee Avenue. We have the Hilton Garden Inn. These companies don't build hotels if they don't think people are going to come.
Yeah, the great thing is that even though we've expanded our room nights significantly over the last several years, that our occupation rates have stayed at the target, which is great. So we have obviously more room for it to grow now that we have more rooms, but that has definitely been an increase.
And during the wintertime in December, you can't get a room at Leavenworth, and they end up staying down here, which works out good for us.
Yeah, that's true, yep. Leavenworth and Chelan, we are really close to both of those, and so we definitely have that advantage as well.
So if you're watching, say, a Seattle or Spokane or Portland television station, are you going to see an ad pop up every once in a while about come to little old Wenatchee Valley?
You might. We do a lot more digital advertising, and so it's more likely that you'd see it
popping up on your Facebook feed.
On another source, even. I don't know, another website or something like that, or even on your podcasts.
So let's talk about Rails and Ales. It's presented by Numerica Credit Union. It is March 10th. Normally it's the middle part of February, and has been since it began about 10, 12 years ago. A little bit later this year for a good reason, though.
Yeah, Mission Ridge expanded their night skiing this year, and because of the expansion of the night skiing, they didn't have the capacity to help with this event, and they are obviously one of our key partners in the event as they started it, and we can't do it without them. They do everything on the snow, so we really needed them, and so we had to work around what they were able to do this year.
And so they truck the snow down, and they'll do that Friday morning?
That's
how does
right,
that work?
yeah. So we shut down the street at midnight Friday and Thursday night Friday, and then I think around 6 a.m. is when they start dumping the snow on the street. So they'll start to dump the snow and fence it off. It'll be just an all day of prepping and getting ready.
I wonder how many trucks of snow anybody know how many tons of snow they bring in?
Ooh, I don't know. I should know this. It's at least a couple trucks, I think.
And then they also groom it. They just don't dump it and say, have fun. Well, see you, bye.
No, yeah, they have the rails that they have were specially engineered for our street and like the distance and the grade of this competition, and so they are in charge of the rails and setting those up and making sure that they're placed safely and properly and everything's good to go for the riders. So
you said competition. Is it? I mean, where do the competitors come from?
Oh,
and how does it work? I mean, are they competing for trophies or cash or beer?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
They do compete for cash, and this year we have riders as far away as Minnesota coming in, but typically most of them are from Washington. There's some Oregon and California and Idaho and Montana, just kind of the Pacific Northwest and kind of western states. But yeah, Minnesota this year we have 3 competitors from Minnesota.
And how do they find out about this? Is this part of their community of ski moms, so to speak?
Well, Mission Ridge, they definitely, this year especially, we're reaching out, getting sponsored riders. And so it's just within the ski community for sure, an outreach that Mission Ridge has been doing to get riders to come here of a good caliber. Yeah.
And is it judged by speed or style or how does that work?
Well,
is it a judge competition? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been to it a couple times. And I don't really know.
I don't really know. It must be some sort of judging, but I actually don't know how that works. I'm new, so maybe I'll know after Friday night.
What it is a good time, is what it is. I've gone a couple of times. It really is.
It could be speed. I don't know, but I assume there has to be points.
Yeah, I think you do tricks and
points
things like
for
that.
the tricks and how well you do them and things like that. But there's snowboarders and skiers, and then there's like males and females, so there's different categories of riders too.
And the action is pretty much nonstop. Once the show goes, it goes. There's always somebody going down around it.
So the time, it starts at 5. At 5, the riders will be there and they'll be like warming up. And 5:30 is when the competition time starts, and that goes until 7:30.
Beer, yes. Food, yes.
Yes.
Talk about that.
All right, we have 2 beer gardens, that's the ales part, and we have one down at Badger Mountain, and they have been a partner in the long history of this event from the start. And they will also have Hellbent and Saddle Rock Brewing on tap too at their location. And then there is another beer garden. It's at the Midtown building up the street a little ways.
Which is actually on the course.
Yeah, and that's Wenatchee Valley Brewing runs that beer garden. So there'll be 2 beer gardens. Those are for 21 and older. The rest of the event is family friendly, open to families. And we have food trucks. We have Blue Skies, our Shack Barbecue. There's Gino's Kettle Corn and Dooley Dogs. So they'll be out on the street. It's a hot dog.
Oh, it's a hot dog. Okay. No sponsors. This doesn't happen. First of all, Numerica.
Yeah, Numerica.
Way to go.
Numerica is the presenting sponsor of this event, and I know they were the presenting sponsor last year too. I don't know if before they were or not, but yeah. So definitely their event, and really excited to have them, and they'll be there and have a presence there as well. We have other sponsors too. I'm going to have to read them off though, because there's several. So we've already mentioned Badger Mountain Brewing and Wenatchee Valley Brewing, of course Mission Ridge, Goodfellow Brothers, Cascade Auto Center, Subaru of America, Visit Chelan County, Town Square Media, Lifeline Ambulance, Midtown Ventures, and Tan Republic Wenatchee West. And then we have a new sponsor, Lit Letters. They're a new business in town, and they're going to have their letters lighting up. So you'll see them there too.
And again, the beer garden, of course, so 21 or older, but everything else is open for the kids.
Yeah.
That's not a problem at all. And and one more shout out, Wenatchee Public Works. Because when it's all said and done, they don't just wait for the snow to melt.
Right.
They come and haul it away.
Shovel it away, that's true. So we definitely have a good partnership with the city for this event. And I also wanted to say that, gosh, I just lost it. There was something else that I needed to mention about the event. Oh, the concert.
Oh, the concert.
The music.
Yes.
There's food, ales, rails, and music.
Massey
Ferguson, which is they call themselves Amplified Americana. They're from Seattle, and they start at around 8 o'clock. So 8 to 10 down at the bottom of the street near Badger Mountain is where the stage is, and yeah, that should be a good time too.
It is, quite frankly, a party. And by the way, the winners get up to $1,000 in cash prizes. So that's been taken care of now, I know. So. And of course, the most important thing of all, it's free to actually watch it.
That's true. Yeah, there's no ticket price. Everyone's free to come, enjoy as much as you want or as little as you want. Of course, in addition to the food trucks, there are excellent restaurants all throughout downtown, and definitely, go and warm up and get something to eat from one of the businesses that will also be open.
And this is one of those events that they said, hey, let's stick our toe in the water, the proverbial snow, if you will, just to see if it works. This is about 15 years ago. It was like, what the hell? Let's see what happens. And some of these events kind of peter out, and some last for a few more years, and then they peter out. This is still going. That's good.
This is still going, yeah. Of course, they had to stop during the pandemic, but they were back last year, and so this year we're back again, and we're excited to be a part of it and to, it'll be my first time participating.
You actually
and I'm
do the
excited
course?
to see it. No, I'm not.
Yeah, okay.
Not participating that way. Participating as a spectator.
Check it out. It's a party. It is. It's a party.
Yeah.
If you probably saw the footage, the drone footage, it's a wingding. It's a party. It's a lot of fun. And again, it all starts Friday night, 5-ish or so. The competition starts at 5:30. Lasts for a couple of hours. It doesn't stop. It's one after the other, and then you can listen to the sounds of Massey Ferguson, drink some beer, eat some food, have a good time Friday night.
Yeah, dress warm and meet us on the street. Yeah, in the heart of downtown.
There you go. It's Ashley Sinner, formerly of the Wenatchee Valley Museum Cultural Center, now with the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce. Good to see you.
You too.
Have fun on Friday night.
Yep.
Best behavior.
I know.
You're representing the chamber now. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
So, how's Evan?
Well, he's all grown up now, but I worry about him. So many dangers in the world. COVID, the environment, the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, I hear opioid misuse is on the rise.
I don't even know how to start a conversation with him.
This might help. GetTheFactsRx.com. There's a whole section on how to talk about opioids with your family.
Offer support, not judgment. Cool.
Talk to your family about the dangers of opioids. Visit GetTheFactsRx.com.
March is a food and wine lover's dream in Chelan. Presented by Lake Chelan Wine Valley. Taste Chelan celebrates food and wine all March long, created to tickle your taste buds. Experience a food and wine tour happening every Saturday with special offers all month long. Local wineries select their most tantalizing varietals, paired and curated with food from local restaurants, chefs, and culinary artisans. Taste Chelan. It'll bring out the foodie in you. Buy tickets now by visiting tastechelan.com.
All right, let's wrap up this Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I just hit the refresh on my computer in front of me. I'm not making this up. Downtown Wenatchee, 32 degrees. Ellensburg, 32. Ephrata, 32. Moses Lake, 32. Manson, 32. Chelan, 32. Omak, 32. Dryden, 33. So you're a degree warmer there. Can't remember the last time I saw something like that. There's usually a few degree temperature variation around north central Washington, but everybody's right at the freezing mark on this Thursday morning, and we're not done with the precipitation yet. This long period of cool and unsettled weather, very little sunshine, and we've had more than enough precipitation. This is going to get right on going. First of all, let's talk about getting around north central Washington today. If you're out and about, you'll have already noticed if you live in some of the upper benches. In fact, Eric Granstrom, our sports director, he lives up by Payne-Bourne Memorial Airport. He said he had an inch of snow on the ground this morning, which caught a few people by surprise. And so in the upper areas, the benches and stuff around the Wenatchee Valley got some snow, measurable snow, yesterday and last night, and it's still there. And you folks up in the Waterville Plateau, you're still dealing with some snow up there. They always have a little bit more snow because of the higher elevation. But things are a little slicky out there. Just a heads up, you can be cruising right along, and as you climb up a mountain pass, all of a sudden you got snow in a very short period of time. So just a little heads up on that. As far as the forecast for snow for the rest of the day today, we're pretty much done with it. Whatever snow we were supposed to have, that chance is pretty much come and gone, although it's still pretty cloudy. And relative humidity is way up there, 93%. Right now, there's no precipitation coming down to the Wenatchee Valley, but we're not quite done with it yet. There could still see some pockets of snow, especially in the upper elevations. And to the north of us, Omak, it's snowing lightly in Omak right now. You could get a couple of inches of snow today. Chelan might get an inch or so. So in detail, let's do it from the National Weather Service. Still rain, possibility anyway. Now today's chance of precipitation is 30%. Snow level is going to hover right around 1,400 feet. We're only going to get up to 38 degrees, 32 for the overnight low tonight. The chance of precipitation goes to 80% tonight, and the snow level is going to go all the way down to 600 feet, and that's where the Columbia River flows right through the Wenatchee Valley. So you could wake up, we could all wake up tomorrow morning with a little bit of light snow on the valley floor. And then they say in the afternoon hours, as the snow level climbs up to 1,500 feet, it'll switch over to rain. We'll top off at 43 degrees. Let's take you into the weekend. Clouds Friday night early on, and then as Friday progresses, the evening hours when we're all sleeping, it'll clear out. And we'll get down to 26. That makes Saturday rather pleasant. High of 41. Now remember, the normal high for this time of the year is 51 degrees. We're going to be below that all through the forecast period. And don't forget, daylight saving kicks in on Sunday morning. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.